he'll limp that back. Check out the replay. He just runs it down the road here and a long way offline, and that's heavy-duty contact on a weekend where you cannot afford too much damage. So luckily it's paralleled the wall, but that has bruised it heavily in the left rear corner. What has that done to the transaxle? See the view on board there with David Reynolds through the final corner. It gives it a wide berth as he arrives down there at turn 1. So we've got it covered from lots of angles. Scaping.
He's a long way off the line, wasn't he? So it didn't look like it had a normal trajectory off the road. It was very early to go off the road. It was like it just didn't make the corner properly. That is very, very fast.
Best time of the weekend and starting to get down towards the big numbers. Randall bowls it wide, gets it onto the green. And he's cranky about it. Great start by Will Davison. And his teammate, Anton De Pasquale, runs with him. The pole sitter's gone back to third. Chaz Mostert next and a little bumper straight, and we've got trouble here for Slade. He got out of that. How did he get out of those handcuffs?
Oh, miracle, man. Absolute miracle. That was unbelievable. That's Percat there. And you'll watch here, that's Golding, Percat, Courtney, Slade. 4 abreast into turn 1.
What could possibly go wrong?
I've never seen that. Oh, have a look at this. So contact at the front and the back with Brodie Kostecki and Jake Kostecki. That's a rear wheel coming off Jake Kostecki's car. So as you can see, the tradie entry now is dropped down on the left rear. So the left rear wheel is not on, hasn't been seated and located properly. He comes out, and bang, bang from both ends, and then there's the wheel that decides to run down pit lane by itself. So they'll be in strife.
They will be in strife. Brodie Kostecki was mixed up in all that, and there's the stricken tradie entry with the left rear missing off it. So unfortunately, it's been a tough day for Jake.
Second spot, second step of the podium. He's done a tremendous job. Van Gisbergen gets down there. He's able to push a little wide, a little bump on the way around. He's going to have to run around the outside at turn 10. Can he maintain that spot? He's parked there. He's on the inside now. Great driving by both parties. Beautiful manoeuvre, Van Gisbergen. The crowd erupts. You can hear the crowd on the hill. Great driving.
Into the left-hander. And it's been a beautiful drive today from Will Davison. He was the winner on the Saturday at Sandown. He lines it up and picks off a beautiful line through the final corner, and it's a warm response for a great drive down by Will Davison. Career victory number 22, and it is his third of the championship season. And Shane has punched the fastest lap on the last lap of the race. He's done a 62.95, and he's only just eclipsed Davison to do that.
Wayno, and you're very happy, mate.
Now Anton is drifting back in the pack here significantly, so he's got big trouble. He's been turned and whacked the wall. Game over for De Pasquale. Does he survive this? Just.
Left rear is broken. Left rear is broken.
No good for Anton De Pasquale. Tangled and fired into the fence, and that's going to be a big job this afternoon. Here's the onboard. So, okay, so everybody's trying to figure out what to do to get around. So this is Mark Winterbottom up on the outside. Will try to get down the inside. A bit of the messiness came from De Pasquale in the middle of the road. Here we are at turn 10. Okay, yeah, he's just ended up.
That's a bell ringer.
My ribs are hurting just looking at it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear Barry there.
Yeah, so there'll be a lot of talk and a lot of pressure on him for at least a couple more weeks, and then we're getting set for the Repco Bathurst 1000. But the focus right now, one corner to go, and this is going to be a very popular victory. Shane Van Gisbergen notches up a perfect win for the second race of the ITM Auckland SuperSprint in New Zealand. Stitched it up nicely and gets the bonus points along the way.
Great job.
Like it was 56G. I understand you put someone off the hairpin. It's a little crap. You put someone off the hairpin. I can't even say it. Yeah, but I don't apologise on TV. I'm just obviously not sorry. You just Frosty, what do you want? Frosty, have a look on the how bad you could shoot a turn on the passenger 50-60 years back. Go and have a look at the car. You did see what he was like. You said that earlier. Frosty, thinking back. You said one of the thing, I was like talking about Frosty, but 5 watts of cars after us went through there, 5 watts of cars. How did we... That was honestly one of the biggest crashes I've ever had. I was lying to like 3 years after. Yeah, that's why I asked you. I understand at the head, when someone hits someone at the head, you know what can happen. They just can run off into the grass. If you hit someone there, you know what happens. I've felt like I've had crashes and it was... What do you want me to say? Yeah, no, I understand. There's nothing you can say, but in the moment, you should know not to do that. You can see where you've opened up the seal. No one's done it open up the seal. I said that straight away. You deliberately did it. And you did. It was pretty bad. I saw it.
This is the last blast for Supercars at Pukekohe. Let's enjoy it. And a great start by Will Davison. Cam Waters also got off the line very strongly. Can he sweep round the outside? Davison hangs on just barely into turn 2. And he makes a little mistake, and we've got Courtney in the wall. This is going to trigger a safety car. Trouble already off the start, and more trouble down here at turn 4.
Safety car boards and flags.
Now let's see if we can figure out what happened to James Courtney.
He was caught with Hazelwood, I reckon. That's Hazelwood in behind. That was also Chris Pither.
I think Jake Kostecki might have been lurking around there as well. So that doesn't, well, shows us the aftermath, doesn't really explain the source.
But have a look at what's going on here, because James then moves over to cover Kostecki. So you're right, he's got a left-hand rear wheel in the grass. Then there's the bump, and then it flicks the other way. That's going fast. That's 4th gear.
It is exactly 0.45 of a second, and they're all crossed up, and he's run wide again. He's under pressure. He may hand the lead to Van Gisbergen. They are going to run side by side. Check out the response in the crowd. Turn 10. Van Gisbergen's right under the rear wing. That's the second unforced error for Waters. He's going to have to tread very, very gently, and he ran pretty wide at the final corner as well. Waters under pressure, 0.3 of a second.
They're all standing up. They're all celebrating the performance of this man who's come from 8th on the grid to be battling for the lead. The exchange at the final corner was as wild as you would ever see. The consequences here are severe.
He's a bit weak at the end of the back straight relative to Shane. And he's not totally hitting the apexes, but he's almost sacrificing them now to keep the rolling speed of the car up. Now he's under pressure. He's got Van Gisbergen crawling all over him at the moment, and so Shane goes high. If he can get round the outside, he knows he can displace him at turn 10. He goes for the crisscross out the other side. He looks to try and apply some better traction and drive out there. He's up to the outside of the Mustang at turn 10. Now it's around the other way. Is there courtesy? And Van Gisbergen takes the lead in New Zealand in the final race.
And he immediately blocks. He immediately moves it over to disincentivize Cam Waters. Perfect execution of that pass. Cam Waters had to cover. When he did that, the crisscross worked perfectly for Van Gisbergen. And the superstar Kiwi is leading the final run at Pukekohe.
We're inside 2 laps remaining. Is there anything left in the tank for Cam Waters? Has he got anything in reserve to throw a punch back in the other direction? You can see the sparkle in his eyes. He knows what he's achieved out there. He has fought tooth and nail from position number 8 on the grid. From row number 4, he lines it up at turn 10 for the last time. Sweeps through here. The last metres of supercar racing and of professional motorsport at Pukekohe. Shane Van Gisbergen wins in New Zealand. Farewell, Pukekohe. We have loved the ride.
Well said, Neil. Have a look at the elation, the emotion from Van Gisbergen. And he won't be the only Kiwi with tears in his eyes. It won't just be that team, it's certainly that man there. The king of Pukekohe, Greg Murphy, who's won 9 races at this venue, has tears in his eyes also. The Van Gisbergen family, they'll be doing the same. What an unbelievable result for New Zealand motorsport and for the Van Gisbergen family.
And 3 times the Jason Richards Memorial Trophy winner now,
Yep.
Shane Van Gisbergen. There's your top 3 superstars this afternoon. Van Gisbergen, Waters, Heimgartner, 1.6 seconds in the end. I did not think it would be possible for Van Gisbergen to win that race from 8th on the grid.
And ladies and gentlemen, to present the prestigious Jason Richards Trophy awarded to our best performed driver this weekend, please welcome Jason's parents, David and Pauline Richards, to present the Jason Richards Trophy to Shane Van Gisbergen. New Zealand, Pukekohe, it's been an amazing ride. That is your race 29 Auckland SuperSprint podium. Let's bring the house down.